Hey, what's up, guys? On this edition of Kickin' It Van Voast Style, we are going to review and test and review something that we've been wanting to do for quite some time, and that is the new Solo Stove Bonfire fire pit. Now, I've had fire pits in the past. I really have not found anything that I truly love. We are partnering with Solo Stove. They've been gracious enough to send us their product to test out and review, and we are going to do just that. And we're going to give you the truth about this fire pit and then tell you what we think. Thumbs up or thumbs down at the end of the video. Stay with us. Here we go. Hey guys, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so now. Go ahead and click the subscribe button, hit a like, and also ring that bell. That way you know about the next videos that are coming up from Kickin' It Van Voast Style. We've also got a Facebook page dealing with RVing and camping. That should be scrolling across right now at the bottom of your screen. We appreciate you watching. We appreciate your subscription. Thank you very much. Here we go. The world's favorite smokeless fire pit is what they advertise. No one wants to constantly dodge the smoke that they have from a fire pit and then their clothes smelling like that smoke for hours and hours on end. Supposedly the design of this fire pit and the philosophy about maximizing the joy of the moment is their signature 360 airflow design. Now we're going to get into more of how this fire pit works. It creates a super efficient burn that's not only mesmerizing to watch, but a joy to sit around and make memories. This is coming from Solo. This is their opening on this bonfire fire pit. And today we're going to find out, is it true? Do your clothes smell like smoke after sitting around a campfire? Do you constantly have to take your chair and move it around the fire pit because it seems like the smoke's chasing you? Is it mesmerizing? Is any fire pit really mesmerizing? Seems like all I've had to do is on fire pits is continue to get that wood stoked so I can at least keep my fire going. Now, supposedly they have a complete 360-degree air design that goes around and makes this fire pit hotter. In fact, they have above, on the top, they have jets that once this thing gets going, because of the design, you'll start to see these jets come out and go into the fire, which again is supposed to keep the smoke down. They also have a top ring, which kind of channels that smoke upward and not outward. We're going to look at all those things and let you know what we think about this fire pit. Now, I want to kind of give you some specs on this fire pit. Now, this thing comes with a carry bag. It also comes with the top ring that we told you about. That top ring makes this a total of 17.5 inches. That's 14 inches for the fire pit itself, and then there's a base that you can purchase separately, which is kind of a con with us. I really don't like that. I wish this came with the base because the base is kind of pricey. Now you say, why do I need this base? So if you're going to be using this on a wood deck, or you're going to be taking it and setting it on the ground in grass, you're going to want to use this fire pit on its base. Reason being, on a wood deck, because the fire pit itself gets so hot, it's going to scar your wood decking. And also, if you're placing it on grass, there's a potential that it could catch that on fire. Now, if you've got a cleared area and it's on dirt, you're fine without using the base. But again, one of our cons, and we'll take care of all the cons at the very end of the video and tell you what we think. But one of the things that we didn't like is that you have to purchase this base separately. Now, with this base and the top ring, it stands at 19.5 inches tall. The material is complete 304 stainless steel. And as far as what fuel that you need, logs up to 16 inches long. The weight on it, which I love because we put this down in our RV in the basement and carry it with us, this only weighs 20 pounds. It's not heavy at all, and it has its own carrying case. Beautiful. But those are the product specs on it. Now, where should I use this bonfire at? The bonfire works great in a backyard, or take it with you wherever you go to your camping site. And you can, if you don't have an RV, don't have a fifth wheel or a travel trailer, you can actually put this thing in your car. It's that small and that lightweight, but guys, it puts out a good fire. It really does. And talking about accessories with that base, do you need to purchase any accessories? No. Your fire pit is really ready to go when you buy it. Only thing you need is just wood. However, they do offer several accessories to make your experience even better, and you can check those out at the link we're going to give you right now. There's that link. Check it out. Now, does the bonfire come with a cover? We've already said it comes with a carry case. No, but your bonfire does come with a black nylon carrying case, and this is really nice. The bonfire shelter is an all-weather cover and may be purchased separately, that same link, if you would like to leave your bonfire outside. Next question is, how heavy is this bonfire? Again, it is only 20 pounds. It's not that heavy, guys. Could the price be lower? Now, they're running a special right now, and this should be still running when this video airs. Our focus from day one has been to craft the world's highest quality fire pit and something that would last a lifetime. So we use the absolute best materials and highest levels of craftsmanship, but don't take our word for it. You owe it to yourself to read those customer reviews, and this video is going to give you a real good review. So those are Solo's words. Could the price be lower? I'm going to tell you what, and this is just a teaser because we're going to do this at the end of the video, but the price is right. You're gonna get your money's worth out of this fire pit. Can you cook, or how do you cook on a bonfire? The bonfire was used to be used as a backyard fire pit, helping you gather friends and family and get them all around. Feel free to break out the marshmallows and hot dogs, and you can cook on this. Now, I will tell you this. I had a screen from a previous fire pit with a stake on it, and that staked into the ground. I actually turned that over and was able to use my grill over the bonfire fire pit, and we cooked hamburgers. So you can utilize it that way. We also used it to cook some hot dogs. We did not do s'mores this time, but it cooked the hot dogs. So yes, you can. The answer to that is yes, you can cook on that bonfire. What wood types do you recommend using as fuel for the bonfire? Any firewood logs will burn, but the optimum efficiency that Solo recommends is dry hardwoods like an oak. Hardwoods such as birch, maple, hickory, and oak will burn longer than softwoods. Another thing that we used were, and you can get this off of Amazon, you can get it at Lowe's, is compressed wood. And it's really not that expensive, and it actually burns quite a long time. Another question you might have is, can you place the bonfire in an existing fire pit? Yes. However, Solo recommends 2+ inches of clearance around the unit for proper ventilation. So your biggest question is, okay, Jeff, you've told us all these things about the bonfire fire pit from Solo Stove, is how does it work? So basically is this. As you're looking at this, this fire pit, rising hot air and the absence of oxygen created by the combustion process pulls air in through the bottom vent holes, and then the air movement fuels the fire at its base while also providing a boost of preheated air through the vent holes at the top of the burn chamber. And that's kind of what I was telling you about these jets that get going. And brother, once they get going, this thing's warm. The ash pan at the very bottom, Now it catches loose ash and prevents it from clogging vital airflows, and the ash pan also acts as a heat shield and reduces the heat transfer from your bonfire to the ground beneath it, which is a big plus. It also has a precision base plate. Now this allows oxygen to be fed directly to embers from below. This helps to burn biofuel faster and hotter while allowing the spent ash to fall out of the process. So that'll all just fall to the bottom and you're not getting that clogged up, which basically prevents that oxygen from getting to your fire. Now it also has a secondary burn. This secondary burn is the vent holes near the top of the burn chamber allow preheated oxygen to fuel the flame, resulting in a more complete combustion and a hotter fire with less smoke, which that's what we want, is that less smoke. Now the fire ring that we talked about that's on top, the fire ring is formed from a single piece of 304 stainless steel. It's a deep drawn with precision tooling and hand polished. This fire ring is designed to keep the fire centered and even, and it sits securely on top, and when turned upside down, it basically is a nest for storage. Now guys, I'm going to tell you this, we have a con about this fire ring. We're going to share that at the end of the video. I have contacted customer service at Solo Stove about this con that we have to inform them that we were going to put this into our video as a review and to let our viewers know about it. I'm still waiting at this point to see what Solo Stove comes back with on this particular flaw to me in production on the fire ring. But it does work, I will tell you that. It actually will take that smoke and chimney it up and not out. So that's kind of how this Solo Stove fire pit bonfire works. Now I'll tell you this, guys, it does put off some heat. This is day number 4 that we've been using the Solo Stove bonfire fire pit, and I'm about 8 foot away from the stove. It is lit. Now the jets have not kicked in yet. I'll show you that here in just a second, but I can actually feel heat coming off of that stove just over here. I'm 8 foot away, and guys, I'm not lying to you about that. Now, it's not a just sweltering heat that I'm ready to take my clothes off, but it is certainly heat that I can feel. As I said again, the only part that I don't like about the stove is the ring that goes around the top. It warps. When it gets hot, it warps. It did this on the very first time that we used the stove. I will contact Solo Stove. I don't know if they've had other situations where this has happened, but I'm going to contact their customer service and tell them about that. It is very flimsy, I will tell you that, as far as the top ring. Now, I did get the bottom ring. It does not come with the stove. You have to order that separately. Something else I really don't like, I really wish that it would come with the stove. This way you can set this stove anywhere, or fire pit anywhere that you want to. You can set it on your deck, wood deck. You can set it on grass, and it keeps the stove up off the ground. And it's a nice addition. I just wish it came with the stove and was included with the price. And we were standing about 6 foot away from this fire pit, and we could feel the heat coming to us when it was lit. Optimal, what we found, was about 3 feet, and the temperatures were about in the 40s when we tested this originally, and I actually got warm just sitting there by the fire pit. We did another test, and the temperatures were about in the high 50s, low 60s, and I actually had to move back even more because it was too warm. So, does it put off heat? Yes, it does. The other thing that we saw in our review is the more you use this, that beautiful stainless steel starts to tarnish a little bit. But you know what? It is a fire pit. If you're looking for something that's never going to tarnish and never going to look like it was used, buy this and never use it, because no fire pit's going to give you that. It's fire, and it's wood, and it's ash, and it's hot, and so it's going to tarnish anything that you see. It does clean up very nicely, but it never looked like it did when it was first brand new coming out of the box. But with that said, it is a fire pit, and that's what we're going to use it as such, not as a pretty decoration. I told you that our cons were this. The fire ring on top, once it gets hot and after your first use, we noticed that it warped a little bit, so it doesn't sit flush. Did it deter the fire or the smoke from being channeled up? No, it did not. I just felt like for us, it was a con because it was warping and it doesn't sit flush on there. I thought maybe that was a design flaw that Solo Stove needed to be informed about, and we have done so. The other thing that we considered a con was this. I don't like that you have to purchase the base plate separately. I feel like that should come with the Solo Stove. Now, like I said before, the base plate is not necessary for you to actually use the Solo Stove fire pit, but if you're going to put it on a wood deck or you're going to put it on straight grass, you're going to want to purchase this fire ring base plate for the Solo Stove. It also levels it up, and it also gives you a little bit more height to the fire pit. Those are the only cons that I have. Everything else is a plus. So, is this fire pit worth the money? Absolutely. Thumbs up. Is the fire pit give off heat like Solo Stove says it does? Absolutely. Thumbs up. Is the fire pit completely smokeless? No, it's not. Solo Stove never said that it was completely smokeless. They said that it would reduce smoke, and it does do that. Now, when reducing smoke, we go back to our fire ring that's on top that channels that smoke up. Again, I set out twice, we've used this now, and I've set out both times, walked back inside the RV, and did not smell like I was at a campfire. Did I have some smoke residue? I was outside. Yes, this could have been from other fires that were going on. I don't think so, but it was not like a normal fire pit where you're moving your chair to get away from the smoke. Does it reduce smoke? Absolutely, thumbs up. Everything that Solo says that this product does, it does. It is definitely the best fire pit that I have ever used. Now, something that you may want to get on board with right now is, like I said, they are running a special on these fire pits. So go to the website that we have linked below, and also we'll list that in the description. Hey guys, we are partnered with Solo Stove, so every fire pit and stove that you buy, it does get a little bit kicked back to Kickin It Van Voast style, and we appreciate that. We make a little bit of money on it, but every little bit helps, and we appreciate it. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this test and review of the Solo Fire Pit Bonfire. We also are going to be doing another test and review on Solo's camp stove, and that's going to be on the campfire camp stove. And watch for that coming up soon. We appreciate you watching this one. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please do so now. Hit that subscribe button and give us a like, leave us a comment of what you think. Be sure and ring the bell, that way you know about the next video coming up. Find us on Facebook, that should be scrolling right now, and we want you to join us there also. This is a Facebook group that deals with RVing and tent camping. So share your stories and pull up a chair around our campfire, around our new Solo Bonfire, and tell us about your favorite camping experiences. Thank you very much for watching. We appreciate it. Remember, life is an adventure, not a destination. God bless. Thank you.